During the final moments before maintenance, I was trying to get the last copy of this story card so I can max and break it because I'm OCD. I was also farming this overnight, but it wasn't super consistent and failed quite early on, so unfortunately I did not get my copy of this card. On the bright side, there is a paper doll on today's login bonus. It looks like I got 30 rolls today, but it jumps to 10. I got a new story card and a powerful general pool friend. Okay. Welcome to day 8 of this series. After maintenance, there's a new login bonus for the Relic Paper Doll, as well as the Forever Prayer. The Forever Prayer lasts for about a month, and every day, you can reroll for a new unit. And if you like that unit, you can claim it, ending the Forever Prayer. Futo is general and not very good, so I will not be claiming her. There is a new event which replaced Hina's Cheering Saga, but unfortunately the available one-wave states takes me 3 turns to farm because mating resists Earth. Anyway, yesterday I got 750 seal crystals, and today I've decided that I will pull on this banner for Hekatia and Yachi because they are both quite good festival units and they can farm a couple of story card stages, or at least Hekatia can. Yachi can only farm one, which is Witch of Scarlet Dreams. This banner actually has multiple festival friends, Hekatia, Yachi and June. June isn't that good, but if I'm aiming for Hekatia and Yachi and I do 150 pulls, there's actually over 80% chance that I get either one before I hit 150 pulls, and then I can spark or exchange for the other. So there's a decent chance I will actually get both of them here. So banners that feature 2 festival units are quite nice because for 750 cubes, you have quite a good chance of getting more than 1 festival unit. This banner also has ascending step up, meaning you can do the first step at 60 God Crystals, and I think I will be doing this. With the 60 God Crystal pull, you are guaranteed at least 1 friend, so there's like a decent chance to get one of the rate up units. Early on, you might want to use God Crystals for extra school slots, or the 3rd dojo slot for 200 God Crystals. But if you don't have a lot of good friends, then there's no point getting additional slots anyway, so I think it's okay to do some of the 60 God Crystal pulls. It's also one of the only ways for free-to-play players to get Fortune Dust. I get dropping Keystones here, which is exactly the story card I need for Misumaru's last word, providing Earth and Heavy Bullet up. I also get Yamame, which is a recently released general unit, and pretty good one. As you can see, these God Crystal pulls also counts towards the exchange points, so that I do get 10 exchange points from that. You can get about 15 God Crystals a day from doing errands, so that's like 10 Fortune Dust every 4 days if you spend them on these step-ups. And then you can trade 400 Fortune Dust for a Divine Paper Doll or one of the new Epic or Relic dolls. I get quite lucky and get Yachi on the 30th pull here, so I'm considering if it's still worth for me to go all the way just to get Hekatia. I don't need her urgently as I was going to be raising Yachi first anyway, so I decide to sit on it and give it a bit of time before I do any more pulls. If you're unsure about pulling, what you can do is wait until the banner is almost about to end, and that's usually when they announce the next banners, so you can look ahead and make a decision. I went ahead and did the daily stages for a little bit of EXP, but my Misumaru was not good enough to full auto the stage. In this case, one thing I can do is to switch in Misumaru. So Yachi has attack link, this thing over here, attack link, which means when I switch Yachi to Misumaru, Misumaru is going to gain a little bit of attack. So now she has 1 level of Yang attack, Ying attack. And that's one thing, but the main thing is not to use full auto with units like Misumaru. So Misumaru gains buffs from these barrier anomalies, and if I use full auto, it's going to graze 3 times and graze away the barriers, which means that I will no longer gain those buffs like Yang attack, Ying attack, which he gains from some of these anomalies. So the solution is just to put in manual inputs instead of using full auto. Here, Yachi and friends gain quite a lot of levels because that's just how the first few levels work. You don't need a lot of EXP. Now let's see how many paper dolls I have. I have 1 paper doll from the previous events left over, and I will get another paper doll from the weekly task. It is a Friday today, so I have managed to complete all these various weekly tasks, and which will net me this paper doll for completing 7 of them. So that's 2 paper dolls, which means I need 2 more paper dolls to max out Yachi, one of which I can get from the event shop once the part 2 of the event shop comes out. Or if I don't want to wait, I can get one from this total points reward, again at 250,000 points. So it's pretty much the same for every event, these rewards. I also got a paper doll from today's login bonus. So right now, I'm actually sitting at 3 paper dolls, which means I just need 1 more paper doll to get to max limit break Yachi, and the nearest and the closest and the fastest paper doll I can get is the one from 250,000 events points. So it looks like I'll be grinding some event. I also want to talk about who I choose to raise. So now that I have Misumaru, which has carried me through the early game and can farm events for me, the next thing I want to do is look for some story card farmers. So there are certain units that are good at farming main story cards, and Yachi is one of them. She farms Witch of Scarlet Dreams. Medicine also can do this, but Yachi is overall a better unit, that's why I'm choosing to raise her next. Additionally, she is a festival unit, meaning that so when you limit break a unit, you can use paper dolls or you can use duplicates of the unit. So if I max limit break a general pool unit with paper dolls, and then I randomly get another duplicate from some random prayer later on, then I would have wasted a paper doll, because if I waited to max limit break her, then I could have used a duplicate instead of the paper doll. But if you max limit break festival units, it's very unlikely that you ever get another copy in the future, so you won't be wasting that paper doll. So anyway, my goals right now are to level up Yachi as well as grind events for this paper doll. Earlier, I was talking about how this event stage took me 3 turns to farm with Misumaru because the enemy resists Earth. But here I'm going to use the more important link, which is Power Link. So earlier I showed you Attack Link, this is Power Link, which is going to give Misumaru 1 Spirit Power when I switch. And this is quite important, because it allows Misumaru to reach 3 power on turn 1. And hopefully with this, as well as the new story card that I got, I'll be able to clear the stage in 1 turn. I'm also putting Yachi here to gain some EXP. So come on Misumaru, please don't be bad. And okay, not quite. So it looks like I'll still be having to 2-turn the stage. So this is a standard 2-turn setup. I'm using spell card 1, which inflicts defense down, so this spell card happens to have this effect. And I'm also using a power up card, Spirit Power Up. So I've gained some Spirit Power and I've debuffed the enemy defense, and now I'm going to use my last word on turn 2 to kill the enemy off. And I have Yachi in the back to gain some EXP. So now I have Misumaru at Purple Heart and I have Yachi who I do not want to Purple Heart. So, but if I check this box, then I will stop the run before Yachi is exhausted. Misumaru will be exhausted, but I don't care about her. Yachi will not be exhausted, but I want to continue running until Yachi is exhausted. So what I can do is, since Yachi has, I know she has at least 61 morale because she has 2 shines, I can set it to do 61 battles and uncheck this box. So even though, so it will continue running even though Misumaru is exhausted, but I will not exhaust Yachi because she has more than 61 morale. And there's no reason to Purple Heart her because when she's exhausted, she'll also gain half EXP. And there's really no reason to Purple Heart her right now. But Misumaru is already Purple Heart, so she doesn't need to rest. Okay, Misumaru didn't end up being exhausted, but it would have continued to farm even if she did. I'm gonna take out Yachi and farm overnight with Misumaru again, so see you guys tomorrow.